What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the online Jamily? This, of course, here's JamiroFan 2000 with another episode of JamiroFan Talks About. This, of course, is my recurring discussion series where I take a look at the past, present, and future of Jamiroquai, and they're now over 30 years of musical making. And I hope everybody in the Jamily just recently enjoyed my most recent Jamiro reviews of the new limited edition 12-inch vinyl of Everybody's Going to Moon, a vinyl single that was released on Day Drop 2 of Record Store Day 2021. It was overall an amazing release, but that doesn't mean releases sometimes don't have defects. And that is the topic of this episode of JamiroFan Talks About, where I'm looking at some of the defects that have actually been being reported online by various members of the Jamily and by some retail outlets concerning that said single that was released on Record Store Day 2021. Now, granted, some releases after coming out of such an amazing, not amazing, but a very tumultuous time in the world of the pandemic, it is common knowledge that sometimes stuff that is being produced after a major said pandemic, in this case was a pandemic, some stuff might be coming out not as perfect as it should be. And concerning this Everybody's Going to the Moon vinyl single release, there have been some aberrations here and there that I've seen throughout social media of some fans getting their Everybody's Going to the Moon vinyl single and seeing dents, indentations, in this case sheer cutouts that are in the wrong place on this said release. And I have seen pictures and I've heard a few accounts from members of the Jamily about this, but we always got to keep in mind that there was a worldwide vinyl shortage. The distribution was taking some time to catch up to speed back to its normal steady pace that it was pre-pandemic, but it is kind of dismaying to see that some of these releases were coming out a little bit shoddily made. In some cases, some of the vinyls were bent on the ends specifically. Now, I went through that problem with the one that was sent to me by a member of the Jamily, and my corner of my vinyl was bent. And that kind of dismayed me a little bit. But from what I've seen online, some of the listings, specifically on eBay, have had some of their vinyls looking like that the silhouette of the Buffalo Man that's on the front of it has had extra portions cut out around the Buffalo Man, kind of off-skewing the Buffalo Man's logo on that said vinyl single that was released on Record Store Day 2021. And I've seen at least 3 or 4 fans report to me about the corners of said vinyl singles being bent, even at the retailer, not in transit, in postal service to them, but actually in store being bent. Now we all see manufacturing defects. We've seen problems in manufacturers of said products, but it's kind of a little bit dismaying to see, as I said, to see some of these vinyl singles coming out almost shoddily made, like they were kind of rushing this along. But it's understandable that this would happen after an industry that had been completely shut down, like every other industry around the world is shut down because of the pandemic, and they are all trying to just get out this content or these products and these goods and services as quick as they can by a said release date. And in this case, they had to outright cancel the release of this vinyl single in the United States due to a shortage. Now, I can only imagine if this had happened all around the world, that would have put all the fans up in arms about this only being available in a certain place. But there were at least 10,000 copies of this said vinyl single that were produced. So there is a correction point that there could be at least 1, 2, 3, 4 of them coming out with a few little defects here and there. Maybe a vinyl not being pressed on one side, or, like I said, sleeve abnormalities. But we gotta weigh everything that's been happening in the world now, and there's going to be a defect here and there. But this looks like it got a little bit ridiculous in some cases. But like I said, this was a very sought after vinyl single, so there could have been a push, a shove, a box dropped, or something in the departure of said product to the retailers that could have caused some of these defects. But I wanted to do what JamiroFan Talks About, just acknowledge that there was that issue with several vinyl singles that were released on Record Store Day, and not to mention the pictures I saw on eBay of some of them outright just cut wrong, at least the silhouette of the Buffalo Man being cut wrong. But I want to at least acknowledge that defect that happened in a good minority of these releases of Everybody's Going to the Moon on Record Store Day 2021. Because, if you just ignore something, then people won't know it happened, but it did happen. And it's not the first time we've seen Jamiroquai releases have defects here and there. But I just thought I'd bring it up in an episode of JamiroFan Talks About, and I hope you like this episode of JamiroFan Talks About. So be sure to like and subscribe. Please be sure to ding the bell on your YouTube to stay up to date on all the latest new content coming from the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. I hope to see some more news coming soon, and I hope to be making more content when I can, where I can, when the news necessitates it. But I hope that everybody who was able to get themselves, and everybody's going to the Moon vinyl single, got it, and it didn't come out as a defect like some of these rare cases that I noticed in this episode. I hope they all turn out really awesome. But as I said, I will be bringing you more content when I can, where I can, when it becomes available over the next few months. But I hope you all enjoy your vinyl single for the ones who are able to actually buy one. And not to mention, there is still a good steady supply of them on Discogs and on eBay. So if you need to buy one, but beware, you might be paying a high price, because when it comes to the hand market of limited edition releases, the prices do go up. And right now, I've seen prices steadily around $30 to $40. So I would not go past that price range if you want to buy one for yourself. As a late person out of the gate, I'm buying this vinyl single. But that's just my advice. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. There'll hopefully be more content coming to my channel very soon. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. Thank you again for watching this episode of JamiroFan Talks About, and I'll see you again really soon with more Jamiroquai related videos here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye-bye, everybody, and take care.